In the beginning, it was a joke, but the joke was made genuine when a few retired Philippine armies seriously took that joke. What if we institute the organization so we could help our retired colleagues, especially on this kind of flights? Was the joke. Sometime in November 2012, some of the concerned retired militaries started working out to make that joke real. Called the attention of the retired militaries within the circuit, laid the intent, and started planning and recruiting. The recruitment was open to 3 categories, namely: regular member are those retired armed forces of the Philippines personnel, Philippine National Police, and other uniformed services who were born in, served in, residing, or married to a resident of the province of Zambales. Associate members are those honorably discharged, separated, who were born in, reside in, served in, or married to a resident of the province of Zambales. Qualified civilian professionals who share the same values with the retirees of the uniformed services. Honorary member, individuals who have exemplary and distinguished professionals and social standing who has contributed to the achievement of the objective of the association. The next thing they knew, the joke finally became true and real. On May 2013, they decided to have the first ever formal meeting and elect the very first set of ZamRAAI officer at the Barangay Hall of Magsaysay, Castillejo, Zambales, with the help and cooperation of the retired Philippine Army Second Lieutenant Pedro Stocky Jr., who was the barangay captain of that time. On that said meeting, association's first officers were elected as follows. President, the late retired Philippine Army Second Lieutenant Andres Sahagun. Vice President, retired Philippine Army Second Lieutenant Medel M. Pamularcano. Secretary, retired Philippine Army Master Sergeant Dominador Arcabansag. Treasurer, retired Philippine Army Second Lieutenant Juanito Arcalimbas Jr. Auditor, retired Philippine Army Second Lieutenant Amando F. Evangelista. These officers serve as the think tank of the group that they were able to come up with the organization's objective to maintain camaraderie among retirees, to provide unique death and sickness assistance to members, promote healthy fellowship through general assemblies, social and spiritual events. On 24th of July 2013, the organization named Zambales Retired Army Association Incorporated has been officially registered at the Philippine Security and Exchange Commission with the company registration number CN2013299498. In the midst of the organization's enthusiasm and passion, interim board of trustees and officers were elected that will serve as the core group of the organization. Chairman, retired Philippine Army Lieutenant General Ralph A. Villanueva. Vice Chairman, retired Philippine Army's Brigadier General Andres F. Corpus Jr. and maximum of 15 retirees as members. The officers and members desired to possess an official uniform and printed the official logo. Everybody participated in researching and designing until they reanimated with one ZamRAAI logo design. Logo design was formulated by the idea of the retired Philippine Army Second Lieutenant Juanito Arcalimbas Jr. with the help of the draftsman friend. Presented the organization's complete name and acronym along with the year it was established. The 14 pearls represents Olongapo City and the 13 municipal towns of Zambales. The Philippine flag symbol derived from the official emblem of the Republic of the Philippines. The mountain and the sea are commonly known natural landscapes of Zambales. And the 2 reaching hands represents to the assistance to its members each time of crisis and promoting the spirit of fellowship and camaraderie. The white polo shirt with ZamRAAI logo was the first official uniform. After 2 years, An additional uniform has been purchased, and it was the Grab olive green. In General Assembly year 2018, everybody was wearing the third official uniform, which is the United Nations blue color. On this 19th day of July 2025, in celebration of our 12th year founding anniversary, we are wearing the fourth official uniform, Polytex textile, combination of color dark green and white, printed also the ZamRAAI logo. On February year 2017, the Zambales Retired Army Association Incorporated was officially affiliated to Kampilan Peacemakers Association Incorporated, Veterans Federation of the Philippines, and continued to be in connection up to present. Months after months, Zambales Retired Army Association Incorporated continued to be discernible and perceptible. And years after years, the name began to be vibrant, especially to those from armed forces of the Philippines and even to civilians. Each member continued to be ardent in recruiting and enthusiastic in persuasion. The fruit of labor, the ZamRAAI rise. As it rise, the name ZamRAAI has been recognized as it is publicly seen in the street. You see them in the parade during town fiestas. You see them help in medical mission. You see them join other veterans in their activities during Araw ng Kagitingan. You see them at Bloodless Landing commemoration at San Narciso, Zambales. You see them in other provinces because they respond to invitations like Lingayen Beach Landing celebration at Lingayen, Pangasinan. You see them plant trees with the environmentalists. You see them support town mayors in their clean and green programs. You see them make artificial limbs for the lames. You see them in seminars. You see them in valuable and symbolic programs of the government and community. You see them solicit, but you also see them help and give, especially to the sick, needy, and victims of chaos, disasters, and calamities. From then on, the ZamRAAI raised and waved its banner high and continued. Programs and activities had been religiously adhered. Board meetings, annual meetings, Christmas party, general assemblies, and the anniversaries were buoyantly attended by the members. Financial assistance to the sick and dead members were perpetually delivered. Camaraderie among members is continuously nurtured. Some offer companionship during visits. Others provide a shoulder to lean on during difficult times. And for many, it's simply the joy of fellowship. The outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic brought the world into a standstill, instilling widespread fear due to the deadly virus. Organizations ceased operations. Group activities were suspended, and senior citizens were advised to remain indoors. Elections and gatherings were postponed indefinitely. Nevertheless, the organization decided that officers would continue their duties, in line with the majority decision made in 2018, declaring a status quo for a 3-year term. When absolutely necessary, discreet meetings were held. Today, 19th day of July 2025, we are celebrating our 12th year of Zambales Retired Army Association Incorporated existence, with full of hope that we continue with its mission and vision. We will not forget to give the honor and gratitude to the past presidents of our organization because they have served Zambales Retired Army Associations Incorporated willingly and diligently. 2013, the late Lieutenant Andres C. Sahagon from San Marcelino, Zambales. 2040, Lieutenant Ricarte A. Garcia from San Narciso, Zambales. 2015, the late Colonel Eddie A. Ebuen from Iba, Zambales. 2016 to present, Second Lieutenant Ernesto C. Raidanas from San Marcelino, Zambales. To our Corporate Secretary, Retired Philippine Army Master Sergeant Dominador Arca Bansag, and to our Treasurer, Retired Philippine Army Second Lieutenant Juanito Arcalimbas Jr., who served ZamRAAI since its birth, July 24, 2013. Thank you for your 12 years of continued faithful service. Thank you to all past and present Board of Trustees, officers, and to our members, and also to our very supportive, lovely ladies. And to the energetic and generous gentlemen who always have the idea to share, who never forsake us even in the midst of chaos and pandemic, who was always there to sacrifice, accommodate, and help. To the Chairman of all season, Lieutenant General Ralph A. Villanueva, mabuhay po kayo, sir. Maraming salamat po. To God be the glory. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Mabuhay ang ZamRAAI.